Hi everybody, how's everybody today? It's gorgeous, gorgeous in the Northwoods of Wisconsin today. And kind of put this together rather quickly. I was going to actually got my gardening clothes on, didn't change. However, the crown kind of dresses everything up a little bit, don't you think? Even though the gardening clothes are on, and it doesn't matter anyway. It's all good. But a busy day today. Um, Business is picking up a little bit, so this is good. Needed to get out and spray some liquid fence on my flowers because we did have a little rain. And I'm getting rid of some rocks. We've had a rock garden for about too long, 23 years or something like that. And I'm just sick of them. The plants aren't doing well in them. I slip every time I walk on them, which is not a good thing. And so I just put a plea out there for anybody who wanted some rocks to come and get them. Well, this family wanted to do, I don't know, some different landscaping, and they were able to take advantage of all the rocks. So they've been making a couple different trips in this, and they've been putting them in the back of their truck. And I'm sorry, but this is just kind of humorous. She pulls in with her husband, who's probably, I don't know, he's big, 6'4", big guy. Shovels those rocks like it's, sand. And she said, do you think this truck is big enough? Do you think those rocks are too heavy if we put them all in the truck? Like, I know anything about a great big giant Dodge Ram or whatever it was, and I said, oh honey, I think it's gonna be just fine. He said, why don't you just take all those rocks away? What am I gonna do when those rocks are away? I don't know yet. Pick up the plastic, put some more perennials in, or something like that. Just don't know. This is going to be kind of a quick one today because fried egg sandwiches do not take very long. I have made fried egg sandwiches for years and years and years. The story behind the fried egg sandwich in Barb's life is my very dear girlfriend in Albuquerque. I've mentioned her before. Her name is Louise. She had come back to town to visit after she and I had both moved away a little bit, and we went down to our local cafe to have lunch with her mom, who is a dear, dear soul. Her name is Jo, and she's passed several years, but I loved her. She lived in a farm. I went out many, many times. Actually, even once helped Louise round up some pigs in the pig pen. Muddy, icky, but oh, what fun. But Jo was going to have a fried egg sandwich. I'd never heard of one before. So I thought, well, she's going to have one, I'm going to have one. And ever since, I have made them exactly the way that it was served. Yes, with dill pickles. And if you say no, I'm not going to do that again, Barb. Don't try. But I bet you like the egg salad with a dill relish in. Yeah, no, haven't heard from anybody. Try at least a bite with a hamburger pickle that slices, the thin ones, like you get on a burger at one of the fast food restaurants. Just try a pickle. And I'm not a ketchup fan. I don't put ketchup on French fries, eggs. I don't do that. I don't get it at all. But put a little ketchup on a bite of this egg sandwich, fried egg sandwich, and you will know what I mean. They're just delicious. There's just a little different method that I have. I have a little story because how do you know? Do you do the soft yolk? Do you do hard yolk? I mean, that's not real good. How do you do it? I've shown two of my grandsons how to do this, and my granddaughter. I don't know if they've picked it up or not, but I think that they watch this, and this is a little refresher. So all the young kids, and if you have a few extra years on you, it's just kind of a different method. I have a little story. My sister and I went to Las Vegas in this last January, and before we went to hit the machines and just to start our day, we went to a restaurant, and one of the items on the menu was, I think it was like a BLT with an egg. And my sister ordered one. And they asked her how she wanted her egg. And I thought, well, it must be like I make mine. So I couldn't quite understand why they were asking her that. And I think she said over easy. I'm not real sure. And so it came my turn. And I ordered one. And also I said over easy or something like that. So we sat down to eat it, and I took a bite of mine, and she started laughing hilariously because I had egg yolk dripping all over everything. And so I turned it, took another bite, we have more egg yolk over everything. And of course, it was the most raucous, hilarious thing at that time. But I thought, this isn't quite right. How can anybody even eat this? So, kind of goes along with the method that I have. So I've got my burner on a little bit, and we always use the infamous omelet pan. You don't want a real big pan because you want to keep the eggs contained, close together. 2 eggs, that's all, never more. If you notice my new refrigerator back here, it's black now. The almond is gone. And I'm watching this burner very carefully because the burner decides it wants to stay on high all the time, even when it's on low. So that means I'm getting a new range too. It's gonna be black. I can't wait. And I do have my new floor in, but I'm not gonna show you because my kitchen's a mess. So you wanna get this pretty hot, you know, like regular eggs. I also have a new, I feel like Vanna White, black toaster to replace the one that my son gave us for our wedding 27 years ago. Yeah, Lance has been good up until then, but now I needed a black one. So let's go. Turn this burner up a little bit and hope it doesn't stay on high. 2 eggs. We're gonna start this from scratch. I mean, no breaking ahead of time. Ooh, did you see that red? Did you see that red on there? Yeah. Here we go. And you don't have to be in a rush about this. But what the secret method is to take the tip of a knife or a spatula or something and just put it in the yolk and drag it through a little bit. Wish you could see that a little bit better. You don't want it scrambled. You just want to drag it so that there's yolk in almost every bite. Let me see if I can't pick that up a little bit. So can you see that? This is kind of all over. And then, of course, some salt and pepper. Now on mine, I put an excessive amount of pepper. There can never be enough pepper. Pepper is my friend. I love pepper. So, it's cooking nicely. Not going to turn it down just yet. But I am going to start the toast now. You want lightly toasted toast. The best bread for these is English muffin toasting bread. That's Glennie's favorite. And I think Quinn's probably too. It's a white bread, it's wonderful. Thomas, I think the brand name is Thomas. English muffin toasting bread. Or white bread. I honestly don't care for wheat bread. I like white bread. I know it's not good for you, but I don't care. I like it. Therefore, I buy it. Except I don't have any right now. So this is cooking away nicely. Don't want to rush it, kind of like the omelet. It's going to get done soon enough. But unlike the omelet, you don't have to lift it and let it go underneath or anything like that because it cooks so quickly. Now when it's kind of starting to get set, I take my spatula and a butter knife and just kind of start separating it into quarters. It's going to want to kind of soupy back together again. But you've got your lines set there. Otherwise, if you try to do just this with your spatula, it kind of sticks to it. But you're going to want, however you do it, will be fine. You want to cut it into quarters. And about this time, shut your burner off. And you don't need that heat anymore. And when it gets pretty much set, where you can get that spatula underneath it, and you can be kind of sloppy here, you want to flip it. Flip all those quarters over. See how nice that goes? Last one. And it doesn't matter if they kind of come apart. You've got your basic 4/4. And then at this point, take the pan off your burner. Just set it aside. Now this is my new toaster. So actually it's only the second time I've used it. It should be popping up about right now, but since it's not, I'm going to pop it up. You do not want it too well done, your toast. Kind of lightly. I butter my toast. I'm not going to butter it today, but I butter it because I like butter. I'm going to push this over just a little bit so that you can see it. And then, folks, all you do, now your egg's done. It's perfect. Take your quarters and put the fattest, the innermost part, the fattest part kind of on the edges. Or however you feel it's distributed so that it's equal thickness everywhere. And for those of us who have a tendency to be OCD, that's very important. And put that there. And your last one wherever you think it's good. Now comes the best part for me, is the pickles. You could just put 4 on, 1 in each quarter, or like me, you can saturate it. There we go. Onto our plate. And I like to cut my sandwiches into quarters because it's easier to eat. Look at there. There you have a fried egg sandwich. Oh, look at that steam coming out of there. Isn't that pretty? I'll show you one more. And that's 2 eggs, see? That's why you want it evenly. See, it's kind of thick in the middle, but that's okay. And then you want to put a little bit of ketchup on this plate. Just dab it. And you are good to go. You now know. And Cindy, don't you tell me that this was your method too. I'm sure that you did it differently. You probably kind of scrambled yours. Cindy is the cook and baker. Yes, she's the baker also. I screwed up on that one the last time I mentioned it. Phenomenal. Phenomenal cook, phenomenal baker, phenomenal friend. So that, folks, if I learned to talk, it would probably be a little easier, is my infamous fried egg sandwich. I hope you've enjoyed that. Now you go try it. And if you haven't already researched crowns, this is probably the time to do it. I have a hunch that maybe one of my followers purchased one, and I will have her picture next week because she looks very, very special in it. And by the way, hi Molly. Hi Molly, I miss you so much. I hope you're having fun. Hey everybody, go out there. These are some dangerous times for many, many reasons. So be smart, be safe, be kind, be careful, and have a great time. Until next time.